Commissioner said too many youths involved in criminal activity. Jamaican entertainer Rygin King on gun charges in New York. Suspect in triple killing turns himself in while a car dealer was shot dead. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. Fitz Bailey, Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of crime, feels that there is a crisis among young people due to an alarming rise in criminal activity in that demographic. According to DCP Bailey, there has been a discernible rise in the number of individuals under the age of 18 who have committed violent crimes such as shootings, rapes, assaults, and murders during the past 6 years. He said 3,621 youths lost their lives at the hands of other youths, and the young people shot and injured 2,745 persons. In addition, 1,846 young people under the age of 18 were responsible for over 10,000 acts of assault and more than 7,000 for offenses involving firearms, he lamented. The police have recovered the body of Alric Moncrief, who was swept away by floodwaters in the Colisimit Gully in Arnett Garden, St. Andrew on July 3rd during the passage of Hurricane Beryl. The body was found behind a Petrojam plant sometime after 10 a.m. yesterday. Moncrief had reportedly gone to retrieve a football from the gully when he was swept away last Wednesday. Dancehall artist Rygin King was arrested in New York on Monday. He was arrested with 5 others including his wife and a driver after a traffic violation. The artist, now confined to a wheelchair, was slapped with a raft of weapons possession charges. The singer was arrested at 4:30 a.m. on July 8, and reports said that the entertainer, given name Matthew Simmet, was observed in the front passenger seat of a vehicle when it was stopped, and he was allegedly found to be in possession of a loaded Palmetto State Armory 9mm firearm. He was subsequently arrested and charged, but since then he was offered bail and is said to be out of custody. A man who is wanted in the United States to answer to charges relating to mail fraud, money laundering, wire fraud, and other lottery scamming activities has been captured in Old Road District in Lucy, Hanover. The Jamaica fugitive has been identified as 35-year-old Dwayne Anderson, otherwise called Blue, of that district. Anderson was captured yesterday due to collaborative efforts of the Jamaica Fugitive Apprehension Team, Lottery Scam Task Force, and the Area 1 Operational Support Team, and he was subsequently placed in custody pending an extradition hearing to the United States. The driver of a public passenger vehicle (PPV) who was captured on camera driving the vehicle while sitting in the driver's seat on the lap of a female passenger has been charged with multiple offenses by the police. After a coordinated operation by the Transport Authority and the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the accused, who went by the name Calvin Cameron, was taken into custody. He now faces charge for operating a vehicle without insurance, a Transport Authority badge, and the proper uniform, as well as for operating a vehicle carrying an excessive number of passengers. In addition, he was charged with operating a vehicle in violation of his driver's license terms and restrictions. The Island Traffic Authority examined the vehicle and discovered that it was also in breach of a number of standards for a public passenger vehicle, according to a statement yesterday. And that is not as unusual as you think. With the driver sitting in the lap of a woman with an overloaded vehicle, it is business as usual. That's very normal practice. In Jamaica, that we are dealing with. The St. James police have made a breakthrough in the killing of 3 people at Upper King Street on Tuesday. Superintendent Aaron Samuels, head of the St. James Police, said 32-year-old John Lee Roach, who was listed as a person of interest, surrendered to the Falmouth police on Wednesday. Reports are that he reportedly wet himself after he was informed that he would be sent back to St. James to face his crimes. Superintendent Samuel said the suspect was being sought for other crimes and was wanted for shooting with intent when he shot at the police. He was also wanted for a murder in Hanover and also a shooting with intent that he had absconded bail for. A second suspect, Kashim Lewis, otherwise called Borderline, has been implicated in the triple murder as well, and Superintendent Samuel said he's asking him to surrender. 17-year-old Jadon Bennett, 26-year-old Rashawn Williams, and 62-year-old fisherman David West were killed in the attack at 16 Upper King Street. A police team confronted the hoodlums, who left behind 2 weapons following that shootout. A car dealer was shot dead on Wednesday night after he and 2 female occupants were abducted from his house at Land Settlement near Royal Flats in Manchester, and he has been identified as Omar Powell. Reports are that sometime before 10 p.m., armed men invaded the property. The gunmen took Mr. Powell and the females, one of them a teenager, to a heavily vegetated, secluded area in the community where they were tied up. Mr. Powell was then shot. 3 vehicles that were at the property were stolen and the house was ransacked. Jamaica continues to be ranked as one of the most violent countries in the world. Onto sports, amateur Nayoka Clunis, despite being selected for Jamaica's 57-member track and field team for the Paris Olympics, faces uncertainty regarding her Olympic debut. The national record holder's situation emerged after it was discovered that her name was not included on the list submitted to the World Athletics. Clooney shared the news on X, formerly known as Twitter, expressing her disappointment. Yes, brother, J3A forget to put the picnic name on the list and send it to the Olympics. Now they're scrambling hoping that it is not too late and that they will be able to add her name. But them only a spell and guess. I'm going to get that one from my mother. At the Jamaica Olympics trial last month, she finished second with a throw of 66.63 meters, which is well behind the Olympic standard. Erica Belvitt won the national title with a throw of 68.28 meters. The top 3 finishers in each event earned spots on the plane to Paris, provided they met the Olympic qualifying standard for their event. On to cricket, woeful West Indies lost the first test match against England as they were bowled out for 121 in their first innings, and during this news report we were doing, they were 105 for 9 this morning when I checked. England batted once, making 371, leaving the West Indies still 141 runs behind with only 1 wicket left. So by the time you get this news, you know it's all over. Jamaica Football Federation General Secretary Dennis Chung said that the organization would have started the search for a replacement for Jaime Hallgrimsson as the Reggae Boys head coach sooner had it known that the Icelander had long planned to resign. Chung made the remarks after revealing that the appointment of Hallgrimsson as Republic of Ireland's manager less than 2 weeks after he handed in his resignation as Reggae Boys head coach came as a shock to the JFF. The Icelander, who was bought in 2022, stepped down from his role with the national senior men's team moments after their group stage exit at Copa America last month, where the team lost to Mexico, Ecuador, and Venezuela. Chung said that news of his new job was a shock as they had no prior information on his interest in joining the Irish team. On to Copa, Canada will face Uruguay tomorrow for the 3rd and 4th place playoff. Uruguay lost 1-0 to Colombia, while Canada were humbled by Lionel Messi and Argentina 2-0. While on Sunday we will have the finals between Argentina and Colombia. May the best team win. While in UEFA, England will clash with Spain on Sunday in Berlin for the finals at 3 p.m. and there will be no 3rd or 4th place playoff. And don't forget, the best news and sports takes place right here on this station. If you missed the news, go to YouTube, type in Jamerican Undiluted News, listen, like, share, and subscribe to keep it going. That's news and sports on your favorite radio station. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.